Hello there and welcome to Yoga with Andrea's 17 minutes to side crow or 17 minutes to Parasvarakasana. So let's get started. Coming to the floor, bending at the knees, draw the knees in towards the chest, setting up for side twist. So drawing those knees stacked across the body towards the left hand side, taking it into a supine twist over towards the right, looking over the right shoulder. Maybe soften or close the eyes. Take some deep breaths into the low belly, into the low back. And then using those tummy muscles to draw those knees back through center and switching to the other side, stacking those knees, rolling off towards the right, looking out over left. Breathing deeply, pressing those shoulder blades into the floor beneath you. And then as we're ready, draw those knees back through center, hug them in towards the chest, and then releasing to the floor in preparation for core connector. So nice flat back from the neck all the way down to the tailbone against the floor. Knees are bent, lifting those fingertips up and overhead, palms are facing. Take a deep inhale into the chest and then exhale, rolling the tummy in towards the spine. Lift that head, reaching for the knees or the outsides of the thighs, drawing that tummy towards the spine. Then inhale, release, lay back. Exhale again, draw tummy in towards spine, lifting and lengthening through the fingertips, look towards the knees. Inhale back. Again, take a deep inhale, then exhale, draw that tummy in towards the spine, pelvic floor muscles reach up and in, reach for the knees. Exhale, release. And as we're ready, drawing up over towards the left hand side, bring those palms to face towards the left hand side of the thigh. Exhale down. That same thing again, draw tummy muscles in, twisting towards the right. Exhale, release. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, navel towards spine, over towards the left, lifting and lengthening. Release on down. Other side. And release. From here, we're going to bring those knees to bench, shins parallel to the sky, and then reaching over towards the outside of the left thigh. Same thing, tummy towards spine, up and over towards the right hand side, really twisting from the navel, from the belly, using those tummy muscles, and then softly release on down. Get some length through the sides. Shifting over towards the right hand side, heart is high, pressing yourself up to a comfortable seat. From here, we're going to practice some more core work. Going to come into Navasana or boat pose. Sit nice and tall, sit evenly between the sit bones, lifting one knee then the other, keep the knees bent, maybe lengthen through one heel then the other, keeping that heart lifted, drawing those tummy muscles strongly in towards the spine, pelvic floor muscles reach up and in, spread out through those collarbones, and then crossing at the shin, sit tall. Inhale deeply. Exhale, rolling over the feet, coming down onto all fours, setting up for dolphin plank or forearm plank. So keeping those elbows beneath the shoulders, shoulders width apart, step the feet back, one then the other. Draw that tummy in towards the spine, pelvic floor muscles draw up and in. See if you can come to a nice level spine from the neck out through the tailbone. And then maybe coming up onto the hands, rolling over towards onto the outside edges of the left feet, coming into a side plank briefly. Then draw the tummy in, back through center, lower down to forearm plank. And then switching towards the other side, coming up onto the palms of the hands, twisting over towards the left, lifting those left fingertips, back through center, lower back down to forearm plank. Coming up through the hands, drawing length through the tailbone, arms and ears in line, coming into Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward dog. Press down through those heels, rooting those heels towards the floor. Inhale, lift and lengthen through that right heel, lift it up, open those hips over towards the right hand side, allow that ankle to dangle towards the right. Close off that knee, bring that shin behind that left wrist and lower into Swan pose. From here, we're going to take this into twisting pigeon. Keep those right toes drawn back. I realize you can't see that here. But we're going to bring the outside of that right forearm to the outside of the sole of the right foot, twisting towards the left, and draw those shoulder blades away from the ears. Come back through center, tuck those back toes under, releasing back up to Adho Mukha Svanasana, switching over towards the other side, lift and lengthen through that left hip into three-legged dog. Keep those shoulder blades parallel. And then bringing that knee in towards the chest, bring that left shin across behind that right knee. Coming into a twisted pigeon on the other side. So bring that left forearm to the inside of the sole of the left foot. Press the palms together, draw the shoulders away, twist from the belly, the chest, look up towards the right shoulder. Taking it into a deep twist here. This is going to really help us in our side, twisting side crow a little later on in practice. Tuck the toes. Releasing, pull back through Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward dog. Inhale, lift and lengthen through that right heel. Draw that knee in towards the chest. Step it forwards, coming into our high crescent. Sweep those palms high. Tuck that pelvis towards the front of that back knee. Pinning those thighs in towards center. And we're going to take it into twisting high lunge prayer twist here. So bring the outside of that left forearm to the outside of right thigh. Palms to press, shoulders away from the ears, twisting from the belly. Pin those thighs in towards center. Inhale, release through high lunge. Exhale, frame that front foot, stepping towards the front of the mat. Sweep those palms high, fierce pose or Utkatasana. Knees are bent, tuck the tailbone. Exhale, stepping back through high lunge. Inhale deeply. Sinking back through that right heel. Then exhale, twisting towards the opposite side. So bring that right forearm to the outside of left thigh, taking it into twisting high lunge. The other side, shoulders away from the ears. Twisting from the belly, pin those thighs in towards center, keep pressing through that right heel. Inhale, release into high crescent lunge, stepping forwards back into our Utkatasana, and then exhale, fold, Uttanasana, look towards the knees. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, swim those arms high, tuck that tailbone towards the knees, draw tummy in. And we're going to take this into twisting Utkatasana, Parivrtta Utkatasana. Shoulders away from the ears, palms are pressing, and see if you can make sure those knees don't sneak ahead, keep them in line with one another. Inhale, releasing, exhale, fold. Again. Inhale, sweep those palms high, Utkatasana, switching to our Parivrtta Utkatasana, twisting towards the left. Keep those knees parallel, thighs pressing in. Draw those shoulders away from the ears and hold. Keep that tummy drawn in towards the spine. Inhale, releasing up. Exhale, folding towards the floor. Look towards the knees. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, stepping back with that left foot. Setting up for Parivrtta Trikonasana, reaching for a brick or a prop to the inside of that right foot. Bring that left palm to press through that brick. Left shoulder over left wrist, twisting towards the right. And see if you can pull those thighs towards one another, pin them towards center, and straighten out through both legs. If you need to keep a soft bend in that front knee, then please practice here. Exhale, coming forwards into Parivrtta Ardha Chandrasana, or twisting half moon. Keep that left heel lifting in line with that back hip, and step it back. Releasing back into our high lunge. Inhale deeply, exhale, frame that foot, step towards the back of the mat. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward dog. Rolling through to high plank, lower into up dog, roll those shoulders back. Exhale, release back into Adho Mukha Svanasana, stepping towards the front of the mat with that left foot. And pulling up, setting up ready into our Parivrtta Trikonasana on the other side here. So lowering that right palm onto a brick on the inside of that left foot, twisting towards the left. Keep those hips nice and parallel, pin those thighs in towards center, twist towards the left, look over towards those left fingers if that's okay on the neck. Deep inhale, belly nice and firm, pressing through back heel, big toe man to front foot. Twisting, twisting. And then reaching forward with that brick, coming into our Parivrtta Ardha Chandrasana, or twisting half moon. Keep opening that chest and belly towards the left hand side. Keep that right heel lifting, parallel to that right hip if you can. And then exhale, release. Sweeping back up into our high crescent lunge. Pin those thighs in towards center. Exhale, frame that front foot, stepping back. Release into Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward dog. Arms and ears in line. And then stop, hop or float towards the front of the mat. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold over the knees. Stepping back with that right foot now, coming into Prasarita Padottanasana, with those palms parallel with the insides of the feet. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, twisting over towards the right hand side, reaching for that right shin or ankle, twisting those left fingertips up towards the sky, reaching for the shirt, the sacrum, or the opposite hip, drawing that right shoulder away from the ear, drawing that upper body towards that right shin. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Crown of the head reaches for the floor. Inhale, reaching over towards that left shin with that right palm. Take it into a twist, reaching up with those left fingertips, drawing that upper body in towards that left shin. Twisting from the belly, the waist, the chest. Lengthen through those left fingertips. Again, you can lower that palm to the sacrum. And then inhale, bring those palms towards the hips. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Reaching for opposite palms at the low back. And then folding over, reaching for the sky, drawing those shoulder blades in towards center. Then inhale, lift and lengthen, hands towards hips. Turning out towards the left-hand side, back through high crescent lunge. Stepping towards the front of that mat and coming into Malasana, or garden pose, or yogic squat. The toes and knees are in line, turning out towards the outside edge of the mat. Bring that tailbone down towards the floor. Press and ease those thighs apart with the upper arms. Palms pressing, lengthen through the crown of the head. Then exhale, walking those feet back in towards center. And we're going to prepare to set up for our twisting side crow. So coming into the toes, gripping that mat, twisting over towards the right hand side, elbows over wrists, hugging in towards the thighs, squeezing those inner thighs together, core is engaged, hips begin to lift, making a shelf with those elbows, keeping contact between that right palm, right thigh, or right arm, right thigh even, shoulders nice and broad, gazing towards the floor, keeping that head lifted if you can. Exhale, releasing down. Switching towards the other side, so sweeping those arms over towards the left-hand side, coming into the toes, lifting those knees, pin those thighs in towards center. Right arm comes to the outside of the left thigh, making a shelf with those elbows, bringing those hips forwards, push that floor away, nice broad shoulders, draw tummy in towards the spine, a rounding sensation, lifting those heels, press those toes together, squeeze those inner thighs together, gazing off the tip of the nose in front of the mat. Squeeze, 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 and then steadily release back through center. Coming back into your Malasana. Let's take it into a twist over towards the left-hand side. Right shoulder comes to the inside of right thigh. Exhale, release, switching towards the other side. Inhale, reaching up and overhead, or reaching palms straight up. Exhale, releasing into a bind. So reaching for the backs of the ankles, maybe the feet, wrapping those arms and shoulders around the outsides of the knees, reaching for fingertips or wrists below the ankles, and fold the head forwards. Just allow that tailbone to descend towards the floor. Inhale, coming up, and then coming back to a comfortable seat. Knees are bending in, and then tuck that left foot in towards the groin here. Right knee crosses over left shin, and we're going to reach up and twist towards the right hand side, reaching for the mat behind you with those right fingertips. Lengthen through the crown of the head. Soften through those left fingertips up towards the sky. Exhale, release. We're going to switch the cross of the legs. So this time, crossing left shin over right. Sitting steadily between the sit bones. Sit nice and tall. Inhale, sweeping those right fingertips up towards the sky. Exhale, reaching for the outside of that left thigh, twisting towards the left. Right palm faces out. Inhale, release, uncross those legs. Shuffle forwards on the mat. And then from here, we're going to roll down the length of the spine. Walk those feet in towards the body. And we're setting up here, ready for some constructive rest. And from here into Setu Bandha or bridge pose. So just palms at the navel for a breath or two. Knees resting in, feet wide apart. And then stepping those feet in towards center so that the knees are parallel, pressing through the floor, palms alongside the body. Tuck that tailbone towards the knees and walking those shoulders underneath the body for a deep chest open, chin away from the chest. Keep tucking that tailbone, lifting those hip points, stretching out the back, and then exhale, releasing down. Lengthening through one heel, then the other. Walk those feet as wide as the mat. Palms open at the side of the body. Roll those shoulders away from the ears again. Chin a little in towards the chest to draw length in the back of the neck. And then exhale, soften and release into the mat. And then when you are ready, making some small movements on the wrists, the ankles, walk the feet back in, reaching the arms up and overhead, stretching. Exhale, press those knees in towards the chest, rolling gently off onto your right hand side. And then gently pressing yourself back up to a comfortable seat facing this way. Palms to press in front of the heart, bow the head. Thank you for practicing with me today. I look forward to seeing you next time. Namaste.